Hey everyone, welcome back to Year 1. New episode, new founder story.
Yeah, this one is fun. Today we've got Alex Ben applying to YC Summer 2026 with a startup Mato.
So Mato is this AI podcast platform where the hosts are like us, but they can interview real humans live, ask follow-ups, react in real time.
Right, and we're going to dig into whether now is actually the right moment to apply to YC, what enough traction looks like when you're already at 10 grand MRR 2 months in.
Here's the thing, everyone says wait until you have more signal, but Alex is sitting on 4 paying enterprise customers already.
And we'll talk about how Mato pumps out full episodes from RSS feeds and custom topics, then spits back edited audio, transcripts, show notes, cover art, even ads.
Plus that Lear Coppard show that went from 0 to 5,000 listeners in a week and is already headed for broadcast radio.
I want to know how he's selling this into big networks like iHeart and Blaze while still in application mode.
Totally. So if you're thinking about YC timing or building in the podcast space, this one's for you.
All right, let's get into it.
First up, we'll set the stage with Alex and talk YC application timing and traction so far.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hi there, I'm doing well. How are you?
Hi, David. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. However, I think there might be a small mix-up here. I'm Miles, and I was actually expecting to speak with Alexander Benz today for an interview about applying to YC Summer 2026. Are you calling on behalf of Alexander, or is there something I can help you with?
I'm actually Alexander.
Oh, wonderful, Alexander. My apologies for the confusion. Thanks so much for joining me today. We'll be spending about 10 minutes discussing applying to YC Summer 2026. We'll start by learning a bit about your background, then dive into the main questions and wrap up with any final thoughts. Ready to begin?
Yeah, sure, I'm ready.
Great. So, Alexander, you've had an incredible journey starting at age 11 with that Sims fan site that became the largest in Norway. What made you decide now is the right time to apply to YC?
I think just now we had this idea with Mato, and I was able to execute it myself and actually get this created. And I think this was just the perfect time to build it. And we already got some momentum. We already have 4 paying enterprise clients. We are already at $10,000 MRR. And I see that we are really at the cusp of growth. We just need some mentorship. We need a cash injection to get to the next step. And we are ready to grow and we are ready to scale this business.
That's impressive traction already. Tell me about Mato itself. What problem are you solving for these enterprise clients?
So Mato is a platform that does live interviews for podcasts. Basically, the interview that we are doing right now is an interview at the Mato platform. So the idea is that business owners, they don't really have time to run their own podcast. It takes on average between 8 and 12 hours to actually do a podcast episode. And it can cost anywhere from $1,500 all the way up to $3,000 when you think about production, scheduling, editing, publishing, and all those things. But with Mato, you can pay a monthly fee. You spend maybe 30 minutes inviting the people you want to interview on your podcast. You can also set it up to just do industry news if you want to do that. And you have a podcast running, and most businesses, they see that after maybe doing 10 or 20 episodes that they would maybe fizzle out because it's just too much work for them. So we want to offer a way for them to create and own their own content without having to make too much of an investment, but also wanting to produce actual quality content that actually converts people into customers.
So you're essentially automating the entire podcast production workflow with AI. How did your 14 years of experience in UX and digital design influence how you built the product?
Yeah, definitely that's correct. So I would say that I started out as a programmer when I was only 11 years old, and I learned basically everything myself, and I also learned design myself. And I think having that understanding of development, design, and how to ship a product has really helped me understand how to scope out a project. How do you actually plan for the development? How do you guide the designers in the design phase to understand what is possible and not possible when it comes to actually development execution on projects? So I think it is really helpful to have that kind of unified understanding of a product from A to Z.
You mentioned you already have 4 enterprise clients at $10,000 MRR. How did you land those first customers so quickly?
Yeah, that's a really interesting story. So I have one champion, I would call him, that has he saw my product back in, I think it was November, and he was really sold on the first podcast that I showed him. That was just like an MVP stage, and he has been really someone who has helped me meet the right people, introduced me to a lot of new customers. So all the customers that I currently have is through warm referrals, no ad spend at all. So it's very impressive that we come to this stage and come so far just through referrals.
That's fantastic organic growth. What's been the biggest challenge you've faced in getting Mato to this point?
I think since I've been developing it all by myself, I think the biggest challenge has definitely been just getting enough time to do all the features that I want to do. And also, of course, coming from a design perspective, I'm very much focused on getting design the right way for Mato. So kind of balancing features, design, and shipping has been a big challenge, and just letting my time actually get to covering all the features that I want to.
With YC's resources and mentorship, what's your vision for scaling Mato over the next year?
So we definitely want to make sure that we use all the resources that YC offers, and especially on the mentorship side, I think we have a lot of things that we can learn, and I think I have a lot of growth that I want to make in terms of how to be a leader, how to prioritize, how to structure a team, and also where to put the money to grow Mato in the right direction. I think that's what I'm really looking forward to, and also, of course, meeting the community, meeting the amazing people around it, experiencing how it is to go through this, and being able to also 100% focus on Mato and being dedicated to this product and really making this into the $100 million company that I know that it can be.
That was such a great conversation.
Yeah, Alex gave us a mini YC masterclass without even trying.
Let's start with Mato itself. What stuck with me is how specific the problem is. He's not just saying AI for enterprises. He's solving that messy workflow gap where teams juggle 5 tools and still lose track of decisions.
Exactly. I liked how he framed it as, we're replacing email plus spreadsheets plus random Slack threads. That's the kind of clarity YC loves. Painful problem, define user, clear before and after.
And the traction, 4 enterprise clients at 10K MRR this early, that's serious signal.
And the way they got them was interesting. No fancy growth hack, just super targeted outreach, founder-led sales, and then obsessing over those first customers.
Yeah, he basically said the first 10 customers are your product team. That's such a good YC applicable mindset. Show you're listening, shipping fast, and keeping churn near 0.
On timing, I thought his point about applying to YC slightly earlier than feels comfortable was big. Don't wait until everything is perfect.
Right. He framed the application as a forcing function. Clarify your narrative, tighten your metrics, and expose the weak spots before the partners do.
And his vision answer was textbook strong. He had that 1-year YC horizon, here's what we'll do with the batch, but you could see the 10-year map in the background, becoming the default operating layer for knowledge work.
That's something listeners should steal. Pair concrete 12-month milestones with a really large, believable market narrative.
Also like that he didn't sugarcoat the challenges. Long enterprise sales, endless security reviews, and just staying focused instead of chasing every inbound request.
And turning those challenges into proof points. Like, yeah, it's hard and we're still closing deals. That's powerful YC storytelling.
So if you're applying to YC 2026, replay what Alex did. Sharp problem, real traction, honest challenges, and a clear, ambitious vision.
All right, let's wrap it there and head into the outro. So, that early Sims fan site story is going to stick with me. Kid teaching himself the internet just so he can share something he loves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was wild. And then fast forward to Mato, turning that same scrappy energy into real traction with podcasters.
Right. If there is one takeaway, it is that the skills you build for fun at 11 can quietly become your unfair advantage at 21.
So if this gave you a new angle on year 1, hit follow. Drop a quick review, and send it to one founder friend.
And if you know a YC founder in their first year who is ready to talk, email us at year1@heymato.com.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, Miles. And thanks to all of you for listening.
We'll be back with another messy first-year story soon.
See you next time.